Kukoc, who has had a spectacular shooting night and now has 30 points, is 4 of 6 on threes and 11 of 13 overall from the floor. There's the last one.
See, if I'm Michael Jordan or Tony Kukoc right now, if I can get that ball and create some type of contact, I know we're in a bonus. If I don't have a clean look at it, I'm going to try to draw a foul and get to the foul line. I think if Chicago loses this game, I really think that they fell asleep at the wheel. I think they left home too early. Started celebrating, started thinking about, what we're going to do at the rally, the celebration, Michael Jordan's last home game. I think they lost a lot of their concentration.
Setting Grant Park up already for the anticipated celebration. Remember, if Chicago loses this game, it doesn't just extend the series, it places its ultimate outcome in doubt. Utah's very capable of winning games 6 and 7 at the Delta Center. The whole series can turn on a dime here.
Well, Bob, in our opening, we talked about this series wasn't nearly as lopsided as everybody was talking about, how many close games there were, and how many times Chicago came up with the key plays.
Quickly, let's go to Jim Gray.
Jerry Sloan really didn't have much to say, but what he did say, he said 3 times. No foul, no foul, no foul. Bob?
Utah breaks its huddle first. Hornacek, Stockton, Malone, Russell. And let's see who joins them as the 5th. It's Shandon Anderson.
What they'll do is they'll switch anything right now. So any screen, Bob, will be an automatic switch.
Burrell is a 3-point threat. Kerr, of course, also is. Kukoc and Jordan all line up near the top of the key. Harper's going to throw it in, and Hornacek will be on it. Delay of game warning. Intentionally taken by Utah, and a 20 taken in response by Phil Jackson.
And here's what happens. This is what you do. The reason you take the delay of game is you see how the other team is lining up. So you know what you want to do to defend it. So Phil called a 20, maybe to put another play out there to change the alignment of what he had. Now, my concern here is Jeff Hornacek on the basketball. I would back him off of the ball and get him back in the passing lane, because if he throws it in and they throw back to him, you can't get the shot off. So he really is out of the play with 1.1 second. He needs to get back in the play. Double team Michael, do something where you just can't let him throw in and catch and shoot, Bob.
Chicago has used its last time out of any kind. Now Utah will ask for a 20. A 2-pointer ties it and forces overtime. A 3-pointer wins the game and the championship. A miss sends the series back to Salt Lake City.
Good with Hornacek, if he backs off the passer, Harper is such a good passer. You don't necessarily want him to get a clean pass to Jordan or to Kukoc with no pressure. You want to try to get that ball in the air so you can possibly get a deflection.
The only thing is, I don't know how big he is to be able to bother that pass. Is my only thing, Isaiah. My big concern is a guy miscommunicating on a switch or whatever, and a guy stepping out to 3 and catching it. If you back off with that kind of time, you can play 5-on-4 defensively. I understand what you're saying. It's just coaching thought, what you want to think about, what you want to do in that situation.
For the record, that was a full timeout taken by Utah, but because it was a back-to-back timeout, the actual elapsed time is only 45 seconds.
They put Ostertag in, Isaiah, to put pressure all over the inbounds passer. So that's a good move. Now you've got a bigger guy who can smother the passer.
Yeah, you don't want that passer to get a clean look.
It'll be Harper to throw it in. Looking for Kerr, and Stockton knocked it away.
Now only 0.3 of a second. All you can get is a lob if they keep it at 0.3.
But Jackson is lobbying for some extra tenths to be tacked back on. And he's going to get something out of this. Let's see how much. 0.8.
You can still catch and shoot on this.
the headlines. It is very much a series. Chicago leads it 3-2. Game 6 in Salt Lake City. And if a 7th is necessary, it's also at the Delta Center. And here's Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Antoine Carr, you turned out to be the difference in the second half. Why did Jerry Sloan put you in? Was it simply to try and change things up?
I think he wanted to bring a little bit of more energy into it, and I was ready to play. I wanted to get in there and bang. I knew if we got more physical with these guys, that we could probably turn up the heat on them.
Absolutely nobody expected this tonight. Where did you guys find the inner strength, and particularly Karl Malone, who's been so criticized?
Well, we don't believe in quitting ever. I think we get all ours from Jerry Sloan. He's a hard-nosed guy, and that's the way we play.
Are you now, would you consider yourselves to be in the driver's seat? Because this is how the series would be had it gone on schedule 3-2 with the last 2 games, you the home court advantage.
Well, we're down 1 game still, so we have to go home, get ready, and try to get another one. And if we can get that one, then, hey, it's the final game.
Where did you find this offense here in the second half?
Well, I've always got the offense. It's just I got an opportunity to put the ball up, and I was able to put it in the hole.
Karl Malone's performance, how would you describe it?
Gritty, hard-nosed, and once again, great.
Congratulations, Antoine.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's send it down to Ahmad, who's with Karl Malone.
All right, thanks, Jim. The first few games, Karl, everybody was throwing dirt on you. You hadn't had a great game, pressure building, and then tonight you show up with a great game.
Well, I try not to think about all the stuff that was said, Ahmad. I just try to come out and play the same, get myself ready to play as usual. But sometimes you can't help but listen about it or whatever, and everybody had us written off or whatever. We needed to win a game here, we did. But I'm not looking for anything individual. I'm looking for it as a team. You know, we'll let everybody else do all the talking. I'm sure we was taking our doses, but the way this team responded was tremendous, and it showed a lot of heart, a lot of character. I have nothing to say about my game.
Having won this game this evening, what does that do for your confidence going back home?
1 game at a time. Like we said, we needed this game right here, and 1 game at a time. And like I said, if we continue to play as a team, we got a good chance. We're going back home now. Shouldn't get in the comfort zone because those guys are going to give us everything they got on Sunday. But the most important thing, we won the game we needed to win as a team, not as Karl Malone, but as a team.
Well, Karl Malone, the mailman, has delivered here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thanks, Karl. Back to you, Bob.
Ahmad, thanks. Malone has had bigger numbers offensively. He's had 50-plus point games, but all things considered, this might have been the biggest game of his great NBA career. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan shot 9 of 26, only 1 of 7 in the 4th quarter, and when his last-second prayer went unanswered, Chicago had to join Utah on a flight. They won't share the same plane, but they're both going back to Salt Lake City for Game 6. So it's Sunday at 7:30 Eastern. With the Bulls now in front, 3-2. Tonight, after your late local news, an all-new Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Jay welcomes Gwyneth Paltrow and 7'2" Marco Didek of the WNBA's Utah Stars, along with musical guest Dwight Yoakam. And for those of you who'd like to continue with the NBA Finals, interviews and post-game activities are available on CNBC coming up next. For Isaiah Thomas, Doug Collins, Jim Gray, and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Bob Costas. The Utah Jazz, very much alive, and this has been the NBA on NBC.
Over the next 2 weeks, NBC will present 2 of the most prestigious events in all of sports. The 98th U.S. Open from the Olympic Club in San Francisco, and the world's premier championship in tennis, Wimbledon, on America's Olympic Network, NBC.
And now, a Just Shoot Me moment, with exotic models wearing next to nothing.
Don't tell me, looking for the sweet and low? Okay, the good news is I have 2 D cups in my face.
Just Shoot Me, Thursdays after Seinfeld.
Chrysler and Plymouth announces the Owner's Bonus Sale. These unbeatable savings are also extended to all GM Loyalty Coupon holders and Ford Appreciation Coupon holders. Select customers save $1,750 on America's lowest priced minivan, Plymouth Voyager, $2,000 on Plymouth Grand Voyager, or $2,000 on the ultimate minivan, Chrysler Town & Country. And when you choose our low 1.9 APR, you still get the extra $1,000 Owner's Bonus for a limited time at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Video Update, formerly movies, rentals 47 cents. Believe it. Video Update brings you the best new releases. Adventure, sure to bring you to the edge.
Rent Firestorm on video. There was a prison break.
You were headed into a backfire.
Killer. Howie Long, Scott Glenn. Firestorm on video. Rent it today.
Believe it. Thousands of rentals, only 47 cents. Experience the update. All movies locations are now Video Update.
I don't want to put off any longer. I need a new car. Hey, I've done my research. I already know what I want. But where I buy it from, that can be just as important. I want to feel comfortable. Let's take one for a drive. Look, feel safe knowing I made the right decision. How do I look? Happy. Why shouldn't you look happy?
Get an incredible 0.9 financing rate on Taurus. It's never been lower. Now, during your neighborhood Ford dealer's big-time sales event.
Live from the station on your side, this is Wavy News 10.
It's just common sense.